So now we're gonna be heading to the port of Fuzhou. And for those of you who don't know what a port is, because I assume since you're watching my channel you're kind of dumb, the port is where the boats go.
Working on your line, baby.
The port is where the boats go. We're gonna check it out. It's raining hard today, so may not be able to get too much footage, may not be able to get any drone shots, but we'll try our best. We found out that the port was originally constructed by the Qing Dynasty, or during the Qing Dynasty, by the government to make the first Chinese steam warships. Apparently they have a museum.
And they made planes there. You know, it could be like the boat and the plane. How do you call that?
Seaplanes.
Cool.
So they made some seaplanes there. That sounds pretty cool. I like boats and I like planes. The idea of them getting put together is pretty cool.
And also, after the invasion of Japan,
Yeah.
It got destroyed by the Japanese plane, right? In 1948, what's the other government?
The nationalist government, Kuomintang.
Yeah. They moved most of the machines from the factory to Taiwan.
Heard it here, folks. The Japanese bombed them, not a big surprise, and they moved the rest of the production to Taiwan, which is really close to Fuzhou, right?
Yeah.
All right, we made it to the port, and guess what? We found the seaplane. This seaplane's pretty cool. It's got a 146 horsepower engine, I think. Suppose the distance was 320 kilometers, something like that. Although I don't think this one's gonna be flying anywhere anytime soon. Could carry a max payload of 4 bombs. It was designed by 4 Chinese guys?
Yeah.
What does that little plaque say? It was designed by 4 Chinese guys, and
The first one was built in 1919.
1919. This is a pretty cool plane sculpture. It's definitely not a real plane, so I'm a little disappointed, but maybe we'll find the real one somewhere in the museum. If it's even open, it looks like they're doing a lot of construction, so we'll find out. Well, unfortunately our trip out here was for nothing. Apparently they are closed the museum for renovations. But because I'm sneaky, I found China's other secret weapon. And it has a lot less to do with the ocean than I previously thought. So let's be quiet. I'm gonna sneak over and see if I can find out the secret. Show you guys exclusively only on my channel. Check it out. So as you guys can see, I found it. China is developing super secret dinosaurs with super long claws. Take over the world. You've seen it on my channel first. This is not a conspiracy, it's real. You can see it behind me, it's real. Dinosaurs are real. It's not a liberal conspiracy either. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm gonna be debunking lots of these myths. Like dinosaurs didn't exist. It's proven, it's an absolute fact. Now we're checking it out. We're gonna be walking through something. We're gonna find a coffee shop. Hopefully this place has a good latte or espresso or something. We're gonna find it through the jungle of streets. We found a medicine shop that sells a very famous Chinese medicine called Pianzihuang. It is very famous, used to cure all sorts of diseases, but the ingredients and how it's made, it's a very big state secret, and they ship it all over the world out of this port. So we've located the coffee shop kind of at the top of this hill. We got to walk up a lot of steps. And it's a really interesting looking place. It is built like a church, or it was a church. There are a lot of churches in Fuzhou, so it wouldn't be kind of outside of the realm of possibility that they changed it. What is it called?
木爱
Mu'ai, the shepherd's flock?
love.
Shepherd's love. Yeah, so really interesting. Take a look at it. We're looking around this nice area and we came across a real musical master. His name is Wen Ye, right? Wen Ye, and he's been kind enough to answer a few questions of ours. He's fantastic flautist. We listened to him play just a second ago. He's really, really good, and he's got a wonderful little shop here with a bunch of instruments. We'll ask him a few questions and see what he's all about. How long has he been playing these?
你演奏这些乐器大概有多长时间了？到现在
10 year， 他的声音很迷人，被他的内心被他的声音所吸引，他发出来的箫声，演奏出来的箫声是直击我们的心灵，就是我们听了非常享受。这个是要从10年前说起，就是
It's a long story
我偶然间听到一位老者，我们的前辈，就是听到这个箫声，我顿时就被他的箫声给吸引了。
是在什么地方？
是在我们福建，也在福建老家嘛。然后就深深的喜欢上，就跟着那位老者一起去学习，然后就学习直到今天，就一步一步的。然后这个东西就像是成为我生活中的一部分。就是离不开它，每天都会演奏它，或者每天我也有制作它，这是生活不可缺少的一部分。制作有从老者那边学一些基础的，然后也有通过自己的去研发，因为制作时间长了，它会越做越多，然后经验增加，这样子就越做越好。就做到现在这样。
He has here this really, really old antique flute instrument that's made out of jade, in the shape of a dragon. It's really, really cool.
可以吹，但是它的音不是太准，可以吹几个音可以吹，因为它这个东西是有衰裂过的，你看衰裂节有修复过的，它以前古董这个墓地里面出土的东西。然后只能简单的吹，它的音是跟这个是不会准的。它以前的乐器可以示范几个音。这个是古代的，它的音律，这就跟我们现在不一样，所以说不太准。
He did a fantastic job. Yeah, definitely you can see pieces of it pieced together, and that's really going to affect the sound of the instrument, but it's amazing that he can even get any sound out of it, so fantastic job.
Yeah, yes.
We're here with a lady named Ling Ting. She's showing us a fantastic piece of Fuzhou's culture, something you can only find in Fujian province, very specific to this place. And it is some wonderful little bowls they make for tea and anything else. She creates some really cool looking plant succulent holders that are really nice. Jianchan, little succulent holders, it's really pretty. The clay in Fujian apparently is what makes these bowls so unique. The mineral content and the amount of iron that's in the soil and the clay that they have allows it to, when they create the bowls, when they put them in the kiln to heat up, it creates this starburst pattern, really cool pattern in the bowl. As they say, each master that creates it, they can use the same glaze, they can use the same oven at the same temperature, even using the same clay, but because of the way that the minerals work in the clay, it can produce each bowl differently, and so the design on each of the bowls is always going to be a little different from another one. And this is also one of the ways that you can tell that it was handmade versus made using a machine or something like that, because each bowl is going to have a little imperfection. Each design is going to be a little bit different, and the glaze at the bottom is not quite going to wrap around evenly as a machine would do it. You want to look for these imperfect styles. The other thing that a lot of collectors really look for is the teardrop shape. They call them a teardrop, where the glaze and the clay kind of melts out a little bit and creates this imperfect edge surrounding the bottom of the bowl. It looks really cool, and I think it would be a fantastic piece of Fujian culture to appreciate. So I suggest everybody come here to this area and pick up some of these wonderful little bowls.